Hi everybody, welcome to end of module 5, project 1. This is our last project. I've had fun, but let's get into it. This is a little bit of a long one, but it's pretty interesting. So first we're going to click start. I'm going to download all my files. I won't reference the instructions files too much because I'm guessing if you're watching this, you don't want to read those too much. So we're just going to first open our work file. That's great. Sometimes it blocks the content, that's alright. You can just put X on the security risk. And the first thing we need to do, as always, is rename this file. So we're going to go File, Save As, Save As. I did this last time too, apologies. From 1 to 2, and save. Usually does it 4 times, then you can enable the content. And we should be good to go. Now the first thing we're going to do is go to the managers table in design view. So we can see managers, you can 2-finger tap or right click, and we're going to click design view. And our first task is, or for our first couple actually, we're just going to be kind of changing some stuff in our general lookup section. So you're going to make a new field that's going to be titled manager email, all one word, and then over here you can click that, do the drop down, and that's going to be a hyperlink. Next we're going to want background. It's going to be long text, and for our last one it's going to be resume, and that will be an attachment. Awesome. Next we're going to click on background that we've just made and change append only no to yes by clicking on this arrow, then saying no to yes. Nice! First task already done. We can save and close that. So you can right click, do your 2-finger tap, click save, and then close. Next we're going to be working on our properties table, also in design view. Our first thing we're going to do is click street address, and we're going to put a caption, and we're going to want it to say just address. We're going to change the field size to 30, and then click deposit date. Where is that? Okay, so we just got to scroll down a bit. And it'll be at the bottom. Click deposit date. Then our format is going to be medium date, so you can click the drop down and say medium date. And then it wants us to do a couple, like save it in the middle a couple times, which is unique, but just click save and then yes. Then click deposit. And for required, change the no to yes, and then we're going to enter a validation rule and validation text. So the rule, you can just follow after me, don't add any spaces, and then for our text, just make sure it's the exact same spelling and everything. There will be spaces, so it needs to say deposit must be greater than or awesome. Let's save that again. It'll give us that option. We'll just put yes. Now we're going to click the state field, and let's see. Actually click next to the state field. This is going to be lookup wizard. That's great. You can accept the default. We're going to use the state abbreviations table. Next, bring both those fields over by doing the double arrow. Next, next, next. Finish. Yes. Awesome. Now we're going to click, we can go back to state, and now we have a lookup. That's great. Let's go click the lookup. Am I doing that? Okay, cool. In list rows, it's going to move from 16 to 30. That's great. Oh, And then we're going to right click and switch to datasheet view, and make sure you save that by clicking yes. So now we have these states, which is awesome. We can scroll on over, and under state it wants us to change the first Kansas to Illinois. So you can just do that like this, click that little drop down, scroll to Illinois. Perfect. And we're going to save and close our properties table. Good job, everybody. Next, we're going to open our managers table in design view. So we have this. Let's right click, design view. Let's see what it wants us to do. It wants us to go to the property sheet. So come up here, click property sheet. It should come to the side. We're going to add a validation rule for the entire table. This is one good thing about using the instructions file. You can just copy and paste, so you don't, if it's long, you don't have to like risk getting it wrong by typing it out. But just follow along with me. I'm not sure what half these symbols are called, but you have like the kind of square brackets. Review date. If you see it pop up, you can just click tab, a little shortcut. There you go. Perfect. Next, for our validation text, we're going to do review date must be greater than or equal to the higher date. Exactly like that. Then we're going to save and close that. Processing. Do you want the existing data? So save, close. Great. Now we're going to open the surveys table, and it's going to be in datasheet view, so you can just double click that. And then we have this interesting row for attachments. In row 2, it wants us to right click, and then we're going to click manage attachments, add, and then let's see, I'm going to pause it just so I don't show you all my business, but you're basically going to find the support file that's sunset that helped you, that you downloaded at the beginning. Once you find your file, which is right here, you can just select it and say open. And we're going to click add. Oh, sorry, I think we were actually supposed to say okay. Let's try that again. Open. Okay, great. And when you see it switch from 0 to 1, you know that you have attached that image. Perfect. Add okay. And then next we're gonna go down to our ratings. So, oh, it's making that sound. You're just gonna scroll to the bottom, and pardon, I don't know why it's doing that. Give me one sec. Alright, I was looking for a total row, but I think we have to add it by clicking totals. Oh, awesome. Okay, that was more obvious. I was making it a little more complicated, but then we're just going to add that total row, come down here, and we're going to want the average. Perfect. And keep those decimal places there. That's great. Let's save and close that. Next, we're going to go to our manager listing query in design view. So under queries, it'll be manager listing. Double click, design view. And under the property sheet, so we see it open here. But we're going to click manager last name. And then it's going to open this property sheet. And under the caption, it's going to be manager. Perfect. Now just click any blank space. I'm moving around a lot. Here we go. And next we are going. Let's see. We are going to be adding a description. So now we can click description, type it out with me, properties by capital M, manager, and capital S, state. And we are also going, that's great, we're also going to add a totals row here, so just click your totals up here, and instead of group by, just click that drop down arrow, and it wants us to count. Awesome. And we're going to save it in datasheet view, so just double click datasheet view. That looks beautiful. Save and close. Next we're going to make a query, which is my favorite part. This is so fun. We're going to come up here to create, query design, and let's see what it wants us to do. Oh, it already made it for us. That is so weird. I guess we can come here and do add selected tables. Oh shoot, I just messed it up. Give me one sec. Okay, I'm back. Apologies, this has been a little messier of a vid than I wanted. Under add tables, you're just going to click tables, and then we're going to be working with the properties table. So add selected tables. And then we're going to drag down first property number, then property type, street address, city, state, and year built. Then we're just going to edit a couple things in there. Under year built, we are going to sort it in descending order. So you might need to go to the side a bit. Come on. It's not letting me go to the side. Okay, I just clicked around and got to say descending order. I think if you double tap, it'll switch it if you can't get the drop down. That is pretty frustrating, but it's okay. And then under the state field, so where is this? Under state, we're going to add some criteria. And we are going to type bracket, enter, desired, all lowercase besides the enter, enter desired state, bracket. And then let's save that. It's asking us for a name, and we're going to name that top. Oh, I forgot a step. Okay, this is the fun part. We need to return only the only 5. We only want 5. That's perfect. So now we can save this as top 5 by state. Make sure the caps are good, capital lock, and then OK. And now we can run our query. So we're going to run, and then MO is our example. OK. Oh, that's great. And then it just gives up the top 5 for Missouri. And we can close that. Cool. Now we're going to make another query by going create query wizard. We're going to do a cross-tab query wizard. Okay, we're going to be working with the properties table. Let's go next. We want state. That's good. We can go next. And then property type. Next. Then for the property number, we don't want to average, we want to count. Then we can go next. Finish, and let's save and close that. Great. We just have one final step, and it's a third query. Third time's the charm. We're going to go create. You're probably already on it. Another query wizard. This time we're going to do find unmatched query wizard. Okay. And the table we want is state abbreviations. And then the other table is properties. Then we can go next. And let's see. tables. This looks great. These are the fields we want, so we can just go next. Then click the double arrow. Let's go next again. And finish. Awesome! Let's save and close that. Now I'm just going to go submit it and make sure we got 100. I'll be right back. You guys! On our final one, we got a 90 out of 90. That is so great. I was so worried I messed up one of the queries, but I hope this video was helpful. I had fun for this whole class and all these projects. Good job, Air 5. Oh, that's great.